Hi guys, Sammy here. Okay, so what I want to talk about today is actually directly relevant to something that happened to me today, and one of the big things is about discrimination of transgendered people. Happens a lot, and it's a lot more difficult for us to hide being transgender, seeming as we can't. So discrimination will happen to us on average way more than a gay or lesbian or bisexual. And while I'm not demeaning the gay or lesbian or bisexual discrimination, it's actually not okay. Um, I have to say that as a transgender, this comes with the territory, but it's still not cool. What I want to talk about is getting jobs, getting apartments, getting really anything that you're in the running to attain and you're against other people. While a lot of employers know that it is discrimination against gender and sex, they don't have to say that. They can really fire you for anything. Like, great state of Wyoming, they can fire you for even eating a piece of gum on the job, and they can not hire you for absolutely no reason. So just watch that and be very careful about it. But like, it happened for me. I actually just got back from an interview, and I was told to go in around 2 o'clock, so I went in and I sat there at 1:50, waited the 10 minutes, and there was another girl right to the left of me, and she was there first, so she got to go. And the manager picked her up at like 2:08, so we had been waiting there for 18 minutes, and went back for the interview. Well, she was there for half an hour. I was sitting there waiting with a guy on my right, and I was actually slightly on the peeved side. So as soon as he comes back, I put my face back on and I'm smiling and everything like that, and he takes my application and we go back. And he takes us to this little booth type of thing, and we sit there, and I assume, seeming as the girl had half an hour for the interview, it would be somewhat intensive. But he sits there in the booth, and then he goes, "Oh, well, just so you know, I really have no positions. I'm looking for a cook. You have no experience as a cook. The server is pretty easy." And I'm like, "Yeah, and so is hostess, and I would really like that." And then he goes off on this rant, like 5-minute rant, on how business in the restaurant industry won't pick up until April. And I'm like, really? Okay. So we have this 5-minute long conversations, and I'm like, okay, let's get to the interview already. But as soon as he ends it, interview done. No questions asked whatsoever. In fact, I was like rushed out of there. I am a very big patron at that restaurant. I go there with my friends all the time. I give him money. I understand the menu. And this girl gets a 30-minute interview while I get 5 minutes of how I'm not needed. Okay, sure. So while I can't confirm that it was something around discriminatory, I can rightfully say it was unfair, because I got 5-minute interview, they got half an hour, and she'll probably get a job. She'll get a job that I was told is not open. And it's always going to happen. It always will happen. And it comes with the territory, whether we think it's right or wrong. In fact, I'm actually quite angry about it. But, you know, what can you do? As far as catching them, in the state of Wyoming, there are no rules. There are no laws protecting transgendered people. There are very few protecting LBGT in general. And to be honest, any manager in the entire state can fire you for being gay. Wrong. I don't agree with it, but that's the truth. So if you're going to go down this road, and you end up having an experience like I just did, then what are you going to do but shrug it off? If you manage to find something that allows you to fight it, do it. I applaud you for it, and you're a genius for it. But otherwise, you have to shrug it off. While I don't think this is okay at all, that's really all I can say about the entire event. So what I wanted to do was open it up to stories and opinions, and I understand this could be a rather interesting video to get comments on. A lot of people might have very drastic opinions, and that's what I want. I want you to toss comments down there, and I want to see a lot of comments, and I want to see some talks about whether or not you think that is okay, whether or not you think my actual event was discrimination, whether or not discrimination in general can even be proven. So there we go. This video is actually more heavily toward my viewers, a lot less about me helping you. But yeah, so feel free, comment, post, give me video ideas. I'm very conversation oriented, and I would love to hear from you. So without further ado, let's move on to the voice lesson. Okay, so voice lesson, and it's basically going to be the same as the last time. So it's basically just going to be moving from low to high, and then back down, low to high, back down. Then we're going to be moving into falsetto, and then down, and then falsetto, and down. It's going to be essentially the same thing, and remember guys, have your water. I've been good about that this week. And remember, it's always nice to have a recording item. I use my phone, I use my webcam, and who knows, maybe once you get good enough, maybe you can try it out on a friend. I've actually done that several times, and I've gotten several pointers. Improvement, however, is completely dependent upon what you figure out. So keep doing it, keep at it. Okay, so I'm gonna move back down to normal voice, and then I'm going to push it back and make sure all that resonance is gone right here, and then I'm going to move it up. And so this is my girl voice moving up, and I'm going to try and push it a little higher, and then I'm going to try and sustain it for, let's say, 10 seconds until the clock hits 8. And what do I want to talk about? Okay, short introduction. My name is Sammy, and everything depends. And oh, there we go, it's 8. So moving back down, and we're going to move it back into male voice, and let's do it again. So we're going to push it back and check the resonance. Oh, I have a little still. All right, and there we go. And then we're going to move it up like this. And so this is my next girl voice, and once again, we're going to stress it and then hold it, let's say until 8:40. And so we're moving it up, and my name is Sammy, and this is my girl voice for this video, and I hope you guys are having a lot of enjoyment watching my videos. So now we're going to move back down, and now that we've moved down a little bit more, now we're going to jump into falsetto. This I'm not actually too good at, and I haven't actually practiced falsetto as much, but I also know that it's very good vocal ranges. So starting at 9, okay, so this is my falsetto, and we're going to move it down, and, okay, so this is the lowest I can get my falsetto, but we're going to try and stress it a little more without it cracking. See, you heard that crack, and we're going to move it down, and I can already feel the tickling in my throat, and I'm not completely used to this, so I actually need to do this more. That's what the practice session is going to be. And then we'll move down, and I am going to do it again. I might run out of time, and I'm very sorry for that, but remember, keep practicing and do this again in maybe 3 minutes. Okay, so we're going to move back up, and I'm going to give myself a short introduction again, and I'm going to move down first, and okay, so I'm Sammy, and this is my girl voice for